I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Trakke Handa Crossbody, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. The outside of this crossbody is fairly simple. So just kind of looking at it initially, we've got this very sleek Trakke logo on the front. If you're familiar with Trakke, that's gonna look a little bit familiar to you as well. This is a design feature that you see across a lot of the packs from their brand. And then we have these same kind of, in the same vein of that, what might be familiar is these little metal zipper pulls. So they're little tiny circles. You can just kind of stick your finger in there, grab it, open it. We have had experience with these breaking after about a year of testing in the past, but we haven't had any issues with this crossbody in particular. So that's still in really great shape. It is fairly easy to unzip. It's not like a big unwieldy backpack or anything like that. So I think it's got that going in its favor as well. In addition, we have this top carry handle up here. And this here is nice, quick, easy to grab, and it's also really low profile. So you almost don't really even see it there. Up top, it kind of looks like just a continuation of that carry strap. It's the same material and everything like that. And so that's really nice. It's out of your way unless you want it. And it's also really nice because it is at the back of the crossbody as well. So if you wanted to like hang this up in a bathroom stall or something like that, it's gonna sit nice and flush for you against the door and everything. So it is a very sleek design on the outside here, not a ton going on, but it does look pretty nice in my opinion. Like the rest of the crossbody being pretty simple, the carry strap is as well. So it really is just this cotton webbing strap. Kind of pull it up to the camera so you can see a little bit of the detail there. And it is a really soft strap and it is really comfortable. So this is a 3-liter sling. You do have a decent amount of space to carry gear in here, but no matter how much I packed this up, it was still pretty comfortable for me. And so I didn't feel like I needed any extra padding or anything like that. What I did notice is that it is a little bit hard to adjust on the fly, which is something that I've noticed with a lot of Trakke bags as well. So we have these little metal adjusters, and because of that strap being a little on the thicker side, if you want to make an adjustment, you just sort of have to feed it through and then tighten it up. It does sort of hold your previous position, so it is a nice little like set it and forget it kind of thing. I essentially just found the best fit for me and then I left it there and I didn't really have to touch it after that. So it's a little bit finicky if you do want to make some quick adjustments, but otherwise it's nice and easy to use. Just like the name suggests, this bag sits on your body like a crossbody. So you can wear it on the front. You can also twist it around to the back, however you kind of want to wear it. I wear mine a little bit more like hip level, but you can really raise or lower it as much as you want to. There is a fair amount of adjustment on this. You can see the adjusters right about here on my shoulder. And so there is a little bit of room to work with. It's a little bit jingly. You can kind of hear those zipper pulls moving around, but in general, it sits very nice and comfortably. Doesn't feel like it's pulling or anything like that. One of my favorite things about this crossbody is how well it holds its shape. So you can see it's just like a very square package, and I do have gear in here at the moment, but even when I remove the gear from this, it's still stayed pretty much in the same shape. And I think a lot of that is due to this canvas material. There is a nylon version at the time of this video, though they have mentioned that it's limited edition, so just kind of keep that in mind. But this waxed canvas is something that's pretty standard to Trakke. This is, kind of their thing, and it is a really nice kind of structured feel to it. So going into the secondary compartments here, we have this front pocket, which is a nice little like curved zipper up top, and then it opens pretty wide. And you can see that this is an independent volume pocket. And so whatever you put in here is going to pack out instead of packing into that main compartment. And so what that does is makes it a lot easier to bring along bulkier gear. Like I have my keys in here. I prefer to just kind of keep them down at the bottom here. That way they were sort of out of my way. but there is a little loop right here. It's a little metal hook. There you can like attach your keys to that using like a carabiner or something like that, if that's something that you wanted to do. It does also, like, you could technically just slot your stuff in there, but it seems like a little bit too much work to do that. So carabiner does a pretty great job with that, and then keep stuff from falling down too far. But obviously, down too far is not that far at all. And then in the back here, you have two little slanted pockets. You can see they kind of like follow the curve of that zipper, and that's so that, you know, once you put something in here, if this pocket was all the way up there, it'd be really hard to get gear around that little zippered area. And so, you know, I just kind of have my wallet slotted in there, and it fits nice and snug. A little chapstick in the other one, but you can really put anything you wanted here if you wanted to like store a phone or anything like that. This is a really great spot for that in terms of like gear you want to get to pretty quickly. So kind of zipping that back up here. We do have a pocket in the back as well. This is a slip pocket. You can put like a phone in here, passport, kind of whatever you wanted, but keeping it to flatter items is best, just because this is the spot that's going to be resting up against you. So that that's kind of your two options for the outside storage on this sling. Moving into the main compartment, the opening is pretty similar to the opening on the front here, except it is like more square instead of rounded. And we have had issues in the past of kind of finding it difficult to get around square corners, but it almost kind of like, you can see that this is a pretty square corner, but this zipper, the way that it's falling, is actually more rounded. So I've found that it's actually pretty smooth to get around, even when it's on me. I don't feel like I'm getting caught around those corners. So you kind of get that square look without the downfalls of having that square shape. And so going into this main compartment, the zipper is on like the front side of things. And so it's almost like packing a little bucket. I mean, it's not a full opening. It's not like this opens fully clamshell, but you do get a decent amount of space like in that back side. They mentioned that this crossbody feels surprisingly spacious, and that is very correct. Like, I found myself being like, I would put all my stuff in here and then be like, I still have so much room to work with. And like I mentioned, it's 3 liters, but it feels like it goes a really long way. So right now I just have some extra warm layers in here. I just have, you know, a pair of gloves and a beanie. It's starting to get a little cool here. And then I have my phone. Like I mentioned, your phone can either go in this back slip pocket if you wanted, or even in this front compartment there. But for the sake of this, I'm just gonna kind of move it off to the side. And then on the inside here, you can see that there is a nice and flat base to work with. So with that square shape, you get the square all around, and then that's where that benefit comes in, is it's nice and easy to pack, kind of stands up on its own. Not right now because it's very front heavy, but when your gear is in here, it just kind of sits up, which is nice. In the back, you have 2 little like liner pockets there. In one, I have a pair of headphones. You can kind of put whatever you want in the next one. It's a little bit too small, like height-wise for a smartphone, but I did also put like a wallet in there at some point. So you do have a little bit of freedom in what you want to store in there. And then on the front side here, same AquaGuard zipper, same zipper pull. You have another little zippered pocket. Again, kind of best for skinnier gear, because this is really the only pocket that does start to interact with this front compartment here. And so to keep it kind of flat, I just stuck flatter items in here like a power bank. So fairly simple storage, nice and easy to get into. And then as you start to pack it out, you really start to feel like you're really making the most of your space, just because it does feel very roomy in here. So there you have it, the Trakke Handa Crossbody. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.